Hey YouTube, day 4 at Roadmaster. What can I tell you? It's the same thing, but then again, it's not. Like, they do good by explaining things, repeating. That way we make sure we know everything that we need to know. So I'm coming up on my permit tomorrow, so after I get my permit, pass it, hopefully, I'll start learning more about the pre-trip. I think pre-trip is gonna get me, because that's 108 parts I gotta know on a truck. I mean, it's going good. I'm getting tired of driving this far every day just for school. If I was getting paid for it, then that'd be another thing. But I'm doing this so I can get paid for driving. If y'all haven't thought about CDL driving, CDL driving, getting your CDL, I'm not going to say you need to do it because everybody's got their preference, but it's not just a job, it's a career. You either want to do it or you don't. I mean, you get in school thinking that you don't want to do it, but you're going to try it out anyway. You're not going to make it, because you got to actually want it. I could have went to Iowa to see RST. Could have went to Indiana to see our England. But so I could be home every other night, I came to Roadmaster. It's about an hour drive from my house. So, that's really how dedicated you gotta be. Shit, there's people here. I'm from Tennessee. There's people here that drive from Arkansas and Mississippi. Of course, Mississippi ain't too far, neither is Arkansas. But it's further than where I live, depending on, how far deep into Mississippi or Arkansas. But, they even give you a hotel room. You pair it up in twos, but my thing is if you're really wanting to do it, that shows dedication. You'll get up, you'll be here. If you don't care, you'll be late or won't show up at all. And if you're not also dedicated about it, you're not going to drive a far distance just to make it happen. So I've always wanted a truck driver ever since I was little. I used to think, how do people keep the same dream for so long? People are like, no, this stuff changes, and I started to believe them, but I realized truck driving, I've never not wanted to truck drive. It's just me, I guess. Traditionally, not my daddy's daddy, but my daddy's stepdad and my mama's daddy, which is both my granddads, they truck drove, including my dad. But and there's other people in my family too, but the ones I really looked up to, they truck drove. So if you want to do it, you'll do it. If you don't and you come anyway, It's not gonna happen. Because you're gonna mess up and really believe that it's not for you, or I mean you're just gonna be regretting every day that you're here. I mean, it really goes both ways, but I mean, it's not a bad career. It's just more of a safety type career. I mean, you gotta know how to load the trailer, how to hook up the trailer, when to actually pull all the way underneath it, and where the airlines go to, and I mean it's a lot to know. I mean, what do you do if all the air goes out in your brakes, and how to use your trailer brakes? I mean, it varies on what you know. I mean, if you're willing to listen, you'll know everything about a truck by the time you leave school. Because they're not going to lead you in the wrong direction, because that turns around on them, and DOT finds the school for it. Which also they might fine you, because who's to say that they weren't teaching what you need to know, and you were slacking in school, but they passed you anyway. But I don't see any fucking truck in school that does that. But I mean, it's a life I want to take. I mean, some trucking companies like U.S. Express pay for your kids' college. I mean, you can take your kid with you, and most company carriers you do. But I mean, it's not a bad deal, you know, unless you know if you know what you're doing. I mean, you got a good job. But if you don't know what the hell you're doing, you get on the road and it just so happens that you pass every one of the tests, and you get out on the road and you really don't know what you're doing, then you're not going to make it in the truck. You're either going to get pulled over by DOT, or you're going to pull yourself over. So it's a stress game. You got some physical in there too, but I mean, it's more of a stress game. So I mean, like, your stress levels need to try and stay down. Your blood pressure you got to work with, and everything like that. So I mean, take time to sit back and relax and listen, and you know, actually think about the things that could actually happen. So I mean, my wife don't want me going over the road, but I told her, you know, my 30 days is going to come up, and it's going to happen. So I mean, you have 30 days to show that company you want to actually work for them. Not only that, your training doesn't end whenever you pass the driving test here. You just get your CDL. The company that you're going to work for wants to know if you can drive their vehicle and be responsible and reliable. You know, I mean, you gotta know. I mean, I got a good teacher that's teaching me on my permit now. I mean, he knows what he's doing. I mean, he was a truck driver, but I mean, he knocks it down to a level to where you can actually understand the most difficult parts, which is, in my opinion, would be the air brakes. But besides all that, I mean, like I said several other times, it's up to you. But I am not done YouTubing. I will. I mean, I had to pause for a little while to get this going, but with me being 21 now, it's a big step for me because there's more I'm available to. Truck driving's one of them. Buying beer whenever I feel like it and got money. I mean, there's a lot more advantage being 21 than it is being 20. So you gotta really take that age to an advantage. Of course, 21 and up, you take it to an advantage, but I mean, the abilities after being 20 and waiting so long to be able to truck drive and do your dream job because you gotta be 21, you really take advantage of it. Because I mean, I'm not saying drinking's good, but it's just something that you wasn't able to do. I don't drink all that much, but if I want a beer, I know I can go get one. And sometimes I will drink a beer or EW. I am not. If I'm drinking something, that's most likely going to be either between Corona, Bud Light, or EW. And usually I try to get EW if I can. But I mean, like I said, there's a lot of people that come here from different states. Like, there's some people here from Georgia, I think, and and you gotta think that people from out of state, they come all the way to Tennessee just to go to Roadmaster. So I mean, what does that tell you? You go to CRST, yeah, they might have a good school, but don't drive for them. I really wanted to go to work for Warner, but a fender bender that happened a while back, it put a hold on me for them. But I'm possibly going to be going to May Trucking, which is, from the ratings I've seen, that's a good company to work for. I'm going to be most likely team driving with my brother-in-law, but until we decide to do otherwise, and I don't think we'll decide anything else but team driving, because I mean, you get better pay and you're riding and driving with somebody I mean, of course, now you have to go through the steps in order to get to team driving, which I don't know exactly all the steps, but I mean, you have to refer them and all this other stuff, as far as I know from what I've heard, but you may not have to do that, I don't know. But like I'm saying is like, it's just better, it gives you more an advantage to, staying awake and being able, because, from past truck drivers and even present truck drivers, they tell me that it's lonely. You don't do really much of anything. You just drive, do your logbook, inspection, everything. And when you got a teammate like my brother-in-law or your family friends, and they've been driving for a little while already, that helps you out a lot too. That way you're not going to miss anything. Such as like your brake drums, your landing gear, your greasing your fifth wheel. I mean, you're not going to miss much of anything. And make sure, Lord have mercy, make sure you got your fucking emergency air lines in and your service lines in, and gotta make sure you're doing your thing, but you also gotta listen. But I'm gonna call that a video for right now, because I'm about to have to go back in. Catch you later.